Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jo Bren. So yours truly, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Free Mind. So for today's vlog is I'll be explaining to you another lesson in the subject of art appreciation. So our specific topic for today is this is a continued topic of the discussion of the elements of performing arts. So we've talked about music, dance, literature. So now let's continue the discussion of literature. But before I'll do that, let me say hi. Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing great and hope you feel so fine. So thank you so much for sending your likes, your comments. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so for today's, I'll be explaining to you this topic for the subject of art appreciation. We will be talking about the specific elements of literature. So then again, what is literature? Literature, it expresses human feelings. Okay, the important elements of literature are the following. We have the emotional appeal, talks about emotion. Intellectual appeal, it talks about how we think. Humanistic appeal, it talks about people. So those are the elements of literature. Okay, so let's continue with the specific elements of literature. We have the elements of short story, the elements of poetry, the elements of the essay, the elements of the novel, and the elements of drama. So we will specific elements of literature. Number one, plot. So what is plot? Plot is the blueprint of the story. So what is blueprint, by the way? Have you questioned yourself what is blueprint? So what is blueprint? So according to research, a short story should have a plot, which means it should have a blueprint of the story. So based on research, what is blueprint? So blueprint, this is a technical design, a design plan. Okay, so when you are trying to create a short story, it should have a design, it should have a technical drawing, a design plan on how you will tell a story. Number two element of short story is characters. So you talk about character, meaning it refers to people or animals that take part in the events in a story. So it talks about your subject. So number three, it should have a point of view. It refers to the manner in which the story is told. Point of view meaning perspective. The number four element of short story is the setting. This is the place. This is the locale where the event or action took place. The number five element of short story is the theme. Refers to the message communicated by the story. Again, it should have its own message. Number six element of short story. Okay, the number six elements of short story is the irony. So you talk about irony it's the dramatic, the situational, or the verbal situation, okay? So number seven elements of a short story is symbolism. Symbolism, something that is more than what is in reality. A symbol, when you talk about symbolism, a symbol must carry a double meaning, that is, it denotes something tangible and connotes something intangible. Okay, so the number eight element of short story is the style. It may also refer to the total carrying out of the short story. So taking all other elements like the character, the plot, the theme, the setting into consideration, there we can come up with a style. So therefore, the elements of short story composes, it has its eight elements of short story. So if you are trying to create a short story, you should follow these eight elements to have a beautiful and a meaningful short story. So that is the beauty of literature, right? It needs your creativity, it needs your critical thinking, it needs your analysis, it needs your technical skills in putting a story in a more organized, in a more beautiful manner. So those are the elements of short story. So another specific element of literature is the elements of poetry. Okay, so what is poetry? So when you talk about poetry, poetry is usually expresses man's thoughts and feelings. So when you talk about poetry, so its theme is generally personal, like love, the death, frustration, the hatred, faith in God, man and man, human sufferings, culture, and traditions. So I know that spoken poetry is very famous nowadays, and teenagers or individuals, millennials like you are so good at sharing your own spoken poetry, the elements of poetry, especially when you fall in love, when you have some pain inside. So it really shows when you try to create poetry. Okay, so let's talk about the elements. We also have the 8 elements of poetry. We have the language. So what is language? Poetry is the language. So what is language? Language may be denotative. There is actual meaning. Language may be connotative, meaning it is applied meaning. And language may be poetic, right? So there are varied definition when you talk about language. The number 2 elements of poetry is tone. It refers to the atmosphere, the feeling, and the attitude of the story, of the of your own thoughts and your feelings. It refers to the atmosphere, feeling, and attitude. The number 3 elements of poetry is the imagery. So this is the representation of sense experience, or the total sensory suggestion of poetry. So imagery is the representation of your senses. Number 4, sounds. Sounds are characterized either as pleasant or unpleasant. Number 5 elements of poetry is the thought, or meaning refers to the experience the poem expresses. The number 7 elements of poetry is the shape of the poem. It refers to the pattern of arrangement of the words. So it should be properly arranged when you talk about poetry. And number 8 is the speaker. If I am the speaker identifies himself as I and the me, while in others, the speaker remains in the background. Okay, so those are the elements of poetry. So perfect example of poetry is the spoken poetry. Diba? As what you have heard. So spoken poetry, this expresses their own thoughts and feelings when they fall in love, when there is suffering, there is pain. They normally express as through spoken poetry. Okay, next is we will be talking about the elements of the essay. So I know that you're all familiar with essay. What is essay? So essay is a literary composition on a particular subject. So essay is an example of literature. It is usually short and expresses the author's personal thoughts, feelings, experiences. I love writing essay, right? I love to express myself through writing. No, it's good. It's a nice feeling. So the essay may be grouped as formal or informal. So when you write essay, it can be grouped as formal or informal. An essay is considered informal if it is light, humorous, and entertaining. So we have the formal essay and the informal essay. Informal essay is considered informal if it is very light, very funny, and very entertaining. It is formal essay if it is heavy, informative, and intellectually stimulating. So there are people who are good at writing essay in a very funny way, but it's good. It's very good. Well, there are also people who are good at sharing their own thoughts and feelings through essay writing. It is very heavy and intellectually stimulating. Okay, so following are the elements of an essay. Okay, following are the elements of an essay. So the elements of an essay, number 1 is the issue introduced. When you write essay, you should look for the issue. This refers to the subject matter around which the essay will revolve. You need to read the essay, read the situation so that you will know what is the issue about. This is a subject matter. The number 2 elements of an essay is the writer's viewpoint and thought. This is the final stand of the author on the issue he has discussed. Okay, so when you read an essay, there is an issue, and trying to get to know the stand of the author on the issue he has discussed. The number three element is the relevance of the issue to the life of the reader. This refers to the value of the material to the reader and his perception and response to it. So if I'm going to write a short essay, so it is automatic that I have written the issue. I also have my own point of view about the issue. And the third one is I can also sense the importance of the issue to the life of the reader. The importance of the issue to the life of the reader. So those are the elements of an essay. So an essay is not just a simple write-up. It needs critical thinking. It needs analysis. It needs your why. It's not easy to write an essay if you are not familiar with the elements of an essay. Okay, so there is an issue. This is the final stand of the author and the importance of the issue to the life of the reader. So the next specific elements of literature is the elements of the novel. So I know you are still familiar with novels, right? Do you read novels? When I was younger, I also loved to read novels, no? Mga love stories, okay? So the novel is a long work of prose fiction dealing with characters, situations, and scenes that represent real life. So this is a real life story. So fiction, whether long, novel, or short story, may aim to give us moral lessons, bring pleasure, raise questions, or cultivate critical thinking. So the novel is it represent real life situation. Okay, so the main goal of a novel is to give us moral lessons. It gives us pleasure. It cultivates critical thinking. So novels have the elements of setting, plot, character, and theme. So when you talk about novels, let's start with the setting. The setting discovers the time, the place, and the background of the novel. Diba? When you read novel, no, it is very stimulating. Your mind is working. You also feel good about what you read. It also gives you a moral lesson. The second element of a novel is plot. Plot is the skeleton or framework which gives shape and proportion to the novel. Okay, so it can also be described as the order of events or happening in the novel. So in the plot, there is conflict is an important element of the plot. So when you hear the word plot, conflict is an important element of the plot. So to understand the plot better, we should determine the ideals, the motives, the ambitions or aspirations of the main characters. Okay, so how about the fourth one, the elements of drama? Or the last one, the last one is the elements of drama. So drama, as Filipinos, we love to watch drama series, no? We love to watch very romantic drama movies. Drama or play is a presentation made up of words, sounds, and actions of character. Dramas must be performed or acted out by the characters on stage, film, radio, televisions, or outdoors. So the two aspects of drama are drama as a script and drama as a play. So we have a lot of artists here in the Philippines, and normally we are fan of watching drama series, right? We are fan of watching drama series. We are fan of watching this one. And the two aspects of drama are drama as a script and drama as a play. Why it is very important for us to watch drama? Because Filipinos are very emotional. And we love to watch love stories, drama, the crying, the full of suffering, right? So drama as a script. So when you talk about drama as a script is a dialogue read by the persons representing the characters. So there is a script and there is a dialogue read by the persons representing the character. So this is called the drama as a script. For example, I am reading the script, or I am reading the dialogue representing the character. So this is referred to as the drama as a script. So when you talk about the drama as a play, so the drama is a play is a script coming to life, involving the director's interpretation of the script and the performances or portrayals by the characters. So the best example for the drama as a script is, for example, cartoon movies. So I'm the one reading the dialogue for that. So diba, we have Disney movies, right? While the drama as a play is a script coming to life. Like if you watch Batang Quiapo, it's drama. If you watch, what else? I'm not fan of watching drama, no. What else? Esperanza before. So I know if you can relate, but when I was in high school, that's the most famous teleserye, no, the Maria Clara. Okay, so the drama as a place, we have a lot of artists here, and we are so fond of doing drama as a play. That's why we have artists. Okay, so that is a drama as a play. So drama may either be a tragedy, a story of struggle against circumstances and sufferings, or comedy, a story of achievement, self-deception, or optimism. But here in the Philippines, the most common drama, no, for us is more on love stories, more on the pain, also the tragedy, the most, because we are very emotional, no. Comedy is also very famous. Drama, we are emotional. It's also very famous here. So the elements of drama are very famous, not just here in the Philippines, but also worldwide. So the elements of drama. So number one is we also have the plot. Plot is very important, no? In any literature, right? Plot is the soul of the drama. So the plot is divided into, we have the introduction. The author introduces the character. The inciting action, the situation moves toward a point. The rising action, the part of the complication. The crisis or turning point, the choices and decisions led to the inevitable. The falling action, incidents following the turning point happen without decrease in intensity and the resolution. Okay, so the plot is divided into a lot of, so this is where everything happens, right? So this is the soul of the drama. The next element of drama is the character. So this is the appearance, the speech, the actions, and what other characters say of them. So the number three elements of drama is the conflict. In drama, we find a struggle, clash of wills, and conflict. That's why, as what you can observe, as what you see in our television, no? We are so fond of watching K-drama, okay? There is clashing, there is fighting, there is struggles. And that makes it more interesting to watch. The number four elements of drama is irony. It should be something real, although it hurts them, but they need to do it to make it more real. Okay, so that is irony. So meaning they always try to make the drama very realistic, very apparent. So that is the irony. The fifth element of drama is theme or idea. So it refers to the dramatic situation that may be taken from the Bible, the myth, the legend, the history, or anything familiar to the audience. Like, for example, the Encantadia, right? So it's a myth, it's a legend, it's a history, but it's very famous now. So the theme is the central in building the story. So that's why when you write a drama, no, there should be a person assigned to it, no? So that it would be more realistic. The more it is very realistic, the more people will love it, will watch it. So the more it is very true to life, the more people will able to appreciate that. The number six is climax. So climax is the scene or incident that is this is where the suspense, the intense emotions or the feelings, the slapping, the fighting. It can also be described as the turning point of the story. So here in the Philippines, no, at first you are so poor, and at the turning point, you become rich. So that's how the climax turns out. So the number 7 element of drama is the music and the spectacle. So music and spectacle is a theater convention, which is a part of the total appeal of the drama. So aside from the background music, there is music of speech and movement. Spectacle intensifies emotion, whatever these emotions are. That's why if you are an artist, you need to read your script and trying to internalize that. I am not a good artist, no, but I would really appreciate artists who are able to convey or to express their emotions thoroughly through a short drama series, no. For example, the Maria Clara, no. It's historical, but people are loving it because it touches their emotions. There is music, the emotions are there, the atmosphere, right? So it's very true to life. That's why people are loving it. The number 8 element of drama is the costumes and the makeup. So every costume should be comfortable and securely put together, so the performer doesn't have to worry about it once it is on. And also the makeup should be allowed plenty of time to do their work after each is dressed. So that's why a drama will make it more realistic, more appealing to the audience if just to do the costume and the proper makeup. Okay, the number 9 is the dialogue. So the number 9 is the dialogue. So what is dialogue? Dialogue is the conversation between and among the characters of the drama. So dialogue, we are talking to one another. This is the conversation between and among the characters of the drama. The number 10 is the setting, the scenery, and the lighting. Okay, the scenery and the lighting, furniture, the background, the painted backdrops, it should be also feel realistic. The scenery may be simple, but for it is supposed only to suggest the scene. Okay, so it is okay if it is simple. It really depends. No, the imagination of the audience will complete the picture. Okay, proper lighting can add a great deal to the realism of the play. Yes, that's why there's a lot of people working at the back, the background, also an artist, a makeup artist. So they need to work with one another to have a more realistic drama. So stage lighting is always electrical, and only the assigned and responsible person should touch the electrical equipment. Yes, it is very true. So lighting can also add to the realism of the play. So literary works of art like poetry, short stories, novels, essays, and plays are worth reading because they do not only entertain or give pleasure, but also we learn moral values that can improve our life. Yes, it is true. So when your intellectual ability, it brings you a lot of wisdom. It gives you moral lessons. It makes you more equipped. And reading literary works helps us acquire knowledge and information on man's progress and achievement. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you are learning from all the videos that I've posted. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for my next video blog. Thank you and God bless you.